Hey everybody. I'm sure some of you have seen my YouTube shorts by now and see that I went to a Tyler the Creator concert this last weekend. And it was, well, saying it was good was quite an understatement. Just so you're all aware, I bought these concert tickets like a year ago. It was like back when I was still brainwashed and everything, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did, and I'm glad I went. It was such, to say it was like an emotional experience would be an understatement. And listen, I don't know anything about Tyler himself as a person. I really don't. He could be involved in the mess. Maybe he's not. I don't know. But I don't know. It was just like, I've been to concerts before. There's just something so deep about like his music and his performance. It really, really touched me, and I'm glad I went. I'm glad I went. I don't know. There's something about his music that is just like soothing to the soul. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like his music comes from, I mean, not all of it, some of it's a little dark, but, a lot of his music, I don't know, it just comes from like a good place. I don't know, a peaceful place. And at least for me, that's how it transmits to me. Maybe it doesn't come from peace. I don't know. But for me, it transmits to peace. I don't know. I just like his music. The only thing I will say is, though, like, it's not until you go to these places, to these big, because it was a big concert. Oh my God, it was huge. And it's not really until you go to these places that you see, like, what exactly it is that gets these people to, like, worship these people in a way. Because, like, it was weird. It was like, there was, like, a kid right behind me who's like, I love you, Tyler. It, I looked at the person next to me and we were just like, oh my God. What the fuck? And the funny thing was, even like Tyler himself noticed it right in the middle of the concert. It was pretty hot in there. I mean, it was hot. It's middle of July. And he was hot. Tyler, it was up there like, because he had that mask on the whole performance. Or halfway through, he takes it off. Bless his heart, the sweat was just pouring off his face. It was just pouring off his face. And then he kept wiping his face on a towel that he had on his shoulder. And then he picked up his towel and he's like, who wants my sweaty towel? And the whole stadium loses it and freaks out. And he just, waits for everyone to calm down. He just kind of has this look. He said, you guys are disgusting. Why would you want my sweaty ass towel? He said, you bitches are gross. And, he was being funny and cheeky, but like, it was a good point. Because I think I was probably the only one there who was like, ew, I don't want your sweaty towel. I don't want no one's sweaty towel. But at the same time though, seeing how people were absolutely losing it, not even just for the music. That it like seems like most of them weren't even just there for the music. It was like they were there for just Tyler, which was the opposite of why, I wanted to go. Because I'm not going to lie, I'm a fan of Tyler's music. I know I said earlier I'm not a fan. What I mean is I'm not a fan of Tyler himself. I love his music. You know what I mean? I don't really know much about Tyler on a personal level. I've kind of avoided trying to find out because, as soon as you find out about the people, it like ruins the music. But don't get me wrong. Do not misunderstand me. Something comes out about him doing harm to others, I will drop his music in a second. Don't think I won't. And it was a good concert. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It was a good concert. I've been to some crappy concerts before, man. I've been to some crappy concerts. But this one was pretty good. I have to say, it was probably the biggest I've ever been to. I've never been to one this big. This was huge. It was like the whole stadium. We might have had like a couple seats in our section not filled up, but that was mainly because we were so close to like, I know I got some comments saying, wow, you were so close. And yeah, we were a lot closer than I thought. I just, we were still in the back, though. We were still in the back. But it was a lot closer than I thought. I got a lot of good shots. You should check out those shorts. They were pretty good. But anyways, I've got a lot coming up. There's a lot I've been working on. That's why I haven't been coming on here as much. I've got like a whole composition book of stuff that I'm going to be dropping soon. I don't want to talk about it here because that's not what the subject of this video was. But I just want to let you guys know, just stay tuned for the content that this channel usually does. You know, it's not about celebrities. This was just a one-time thing because I went to a concert. So anyway, stay tuned.